Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Most Valuable Player podcast. Please subscribe, like, comment and share our videos. And please click the bell notification at the top to get the latest when our videos drop.
Now, we drop our videos on a Sunday, a Tuesday and a Thursday primarily, but occasionally we might drop a few other videos depending on if we've got extra content. So, hope you like the video. Welcome back to the Most Valuable Player podcast, and today we're back with another episode of Fight Club. We're talking about UFC 243, Robert Whittaker versus Israel Adesanya. Danny, did you catch that fight?
I did catch that fight. That fight, let me tell you, that was something else. That reminded me of the old gunslickers in the Wild Wild West. That was explosive. It was in your face. It was raw. It was uncut. From the first round, you had Whittaker come out swinging for the sixes, mate.
Yeah, he did.
I think his game plan eventually is what let him down. But I think in the first couple of minutes of the first round, it did sort of trouble Adesanya. He couldn't get used to it. And then all of a sudden, within the sort of midpoint of the first round, you saw him become a lot more comfortable and he started just picking off his shots.
Yeah.
He was waiting for Whittaker to come on in. Whittaker would, swing wildly. He'd miss. He'd take a step back. And the thing I loved about what Adesanya did is that he kept it constant, as in it wasn't just a one punch and he wasn't a fall back. He gave him that two-piece, like he said in the interview. He went to KFC, I give him the two-piece. Ba-bam. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And he stepped back.
Absolutely.
And, in the first round, to a sort of untrained eye, it might look like an even fight, just because, Whittaker was the aggressor. He was pushing forward. He was constantly, while Adesanya was laid back. But obviously, that big drama at the end of the first round, where Adesanya catches him clean on the chin with the left hook.
Yeah.
Whittaker drops. And they're like, was that before the buzzer or was it after the buzzer? Obviously, when they went to the replay, they saw it was before the buzzer.
It was just before, yeah.
And that kind of cemented in his head, I think, that this is going to be a lot tougher than what I anticipate.
Who for Whittaker?
For Whittaker.
Yeah.
But credit to the guy, man. He's got a heart, man. Because what does he do? He comes out swinging again.
He does, but I think that's his biggest. Downfall. I think that's what credits his the demise. Ultimately, the reach was clearly an issue, and he had to come swinging.
Yeah.
But he should have utilized his wrestling background. He should have made play of the wrestling, tried to take him down, tried to attack him from different angles. For me, it was too much of the same thing. And I think that's what caused the problem ultimately, because I think you were right. I think from the naked, untrained eye, it did look like an even first round, but it wasn't. I actually had Adesanya bang. I think he was. I had him up, and I was just about to text you, and then the knockdown happens.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's just everybody knows now.
I mean, like you said, you mentioned upon it that the fact they didn't use any wrestling background. I didn't see no takedowns in that fight.
That's what I'm saying.
It was
he
a
didn't
majority.
do it. That's what he should have done.
Neither of the parties did.
No, but Adesanya is more of a kickboxer, whereas Whittaker, he's got that wrestling background. He should have used it. He didn't.
Yeah, you're right. It was more so strikes and sort of kickboxing. But obviously, second round, same thing happens. He comes out swinging. He misses a few. Adesanya, man, such composed. You know what I mean? So, game plan, stuck to it, discipline, whatever you want to say about him. The fact of the matter is, he was cool, he was calm, he was collective, and he was just picking up shots like it's nothing, mate.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing to see in contact sport, is counter-punching, because timing is such a difficult aspect of the sport anyway, and to do it as effective and as quick as him. And then obviously he come to halfway through the second round, he clashes him flush on the chin again, and then that's all she wrote. He wobbles back, he fell over, he smacked his head on the canvas.
Yeah.
And obviously he went in to finish him off, and ref said, you know what, that's enough.
I think the damage was done. I think the shot that he landed, the damage was done. The only thing I have for Adesanya going forward is that he did get caught with a couple of shots. Now, Whittaker is one of the most explosive guys in the middleweight division. But if he's got Jacare Souza, if he's got Paulo Costa, if he's got Yoel Romero, someone who's got power behind them, if they hit him flush, he could go down. I mean, he took a few and he didn't look affected, but you can't, in this kind of sport, you can't take shots and expect to stay up. It doesn't really happen. So that's the only thing I'd say for him is going forward, he's got to just avoid taking that many shots. But game plan for him, absolutely excellent. He just perfected it. It was just played to a T. You could see every time Whittaker was rushing in, he would just lean back, because he had the reach advantage. He would go in with the shot, the left hand, the right hand, the uppercut. He just had him. He had him all night. It was only 7 or 8 minutes.
But as you say, it was explosive. Absolutely explosive.
Obviously, as a contact sport fan, you know, when you're younger, you always want to see the knockout because of what excites you. As you get older and older, you start to appreciate the sport more, and you're wanting to see, you know, the rounds last longer. So in one way, I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't get a full fight, but nevertheless, it was a good fight. So obviously, now that we've spoken about on the fight, the natural next steps, what do you think those are for both of the parties who fought?
I think with the UFC now, I think with Israel Adesanya, he is the star. The star is born. A star was born tonight. Tonight, Nigeria had its second UFC champion. You've got Kamaru Usman. Now you've got Israel Adesanya. So he is going to be now the shining light for the UFC. And they're going to milk him just like they did with Conor McGregor. They're going to absolutely milk him. He talks to the American. He appeals to the American public. He's from New Zealand, Australia, so he's got that fan base. And he'll have his home roots of Africa. So this guy is going to be box office. He's going to be special. And he talks so much crap. But it sells. It's what sells. And when he's going to get another talker that's going to come back at him, someone bigger, like John Jones, this is one of the angles I'm going to go down the road of. I think these two are having a bit of back and forth. Eventually, not right now, eventually, I see the John Jones fight potentially happening because it's only one weight class up for Israel Adesanya. But the only thing is John Jones going to hold out long enough, you know, in that light heavyweight division? I don't know. But the next step for him would probably be Paulo Costa. It's the logical step. They're both undefeated. The only concern I have is it's a bit reminiscent of when Brian Ortega fought Max Holloway. He was undefeated, he was ready, and then he got absolutely masterclassed. So that's what I'm worried about for Paulo Costa. You know, he's huge, but is he going to be able to have the cardio to keep up with him? Is he going to be able to get in close enough? He's got the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so that's what will help him, you know, take him down, give him some trouble, mix the fight up. But I think this guy's here for the long run. Absolutely here for the long run. He just looks special. I don't say that about a lot of people, but he looks special.
He's charismatic, he's a good lad. He's going to be entertaining. He's going to be one, like you said, to draw numbers.
Definitely. And then with Whittaker, there's a couple of fights he could take. I mean, the thing with him, before this fight, he was slightly inactive, so he hadn't fought for about a year. And he's coming off a loss now. So for him, it could either be go and fight Yoel Romero for a third time, because those two fights were close. Maybe fight, you know, Jacare Souza. Maybe fight Jared Cannonier. There's a couple of fights in the mix for him there. I personally would like to see another Yoel Romero fight. I don't think Yoel Romero is deserving of a title shot because he's coming off 2 losses. But I absolutely love Yoel Romero. I think we spoke about him last week on the boxing show.
We mentioned.
I mentioned it briefly. He, for 42 years old, he's like anything I've never seen before. Just cardio, power, physique, turns it on when he feels like it. I think that fight would be good. It'd sell. It'd help Robert build his brand back up again, maybe. But we'll have to see where the UFC goes with it.
Fair dues. Thank you for your opinion on that one.
Yeah. So I mean, we want to hear from you guys on this. We want to hear what you thought of the fight. Did you have Israel Adesanya going into that first round as the winner? Did you see it going the way it did in the second round? Did you think it was going to get mopped up there? We want to hear from you guys. That's what it's all about.
Keep sharing the videos, guys. Keep subscribing to the channel. Get the word out as well. If you please, click the bell icon in the YouTube as well to get notifications and of when any video drops. Obviously, there's a hard-working team behind this, and with your support, we can hopefully reach the heights that we want to reach, as well as you guys understanding that this is not for us. This is made by us, and this is for yourselves as well.
Absolutely. And we just want to thank you guys. We've had a lot of subscribers over the past week. So we just want to say a big thanks to everyone that's subscribed, that's been sharing the videos, that's been liking, that's been commenting. For us guys here, it's been good to engage with some of our followers. So we just want to keep that up. So we just want to see more of you, we want to hear from you, we want to engage with you. And if one of you guys wants to join me, because I'm getting sick of this guy, if one of you guys wants to come and join me here and talk about UFC, talk about boxing, feel free, or any of the other shows. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. And Danny, what's the #1 rule of Fight Club?
You do talk about Fight Club.
Peace.
Peace.